Previously on Daydream.
Strays, you are with me forever.
You think you're so clever. Look, he may call you his right-hand man, but I'm his only son.
Duke recorded this.
He did, yes.
And I bet most people think he wrote it too.
So did Zara make her annual phone call?
Oh my God.
It's your daughter, Mama. Zara. I've come home.
Welcome back to the Jazz Express. I'm your host, Hal Cooper, and tonight's guests are Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn. Can you two talk a little bit about Beggar's Holiday?
Do you want to take this one?
Sure, of course. I wrote the music for Beggar's Holiday, which was based on John Gay's The Beggar's Opera. It is a Broadway musical. John Latouche wrote the book and lyrics. A fellow by the name of... I can't remember his name right now.
Perry Watkins, the scenic designer.
Oh, yes. Perry Watkins conceived it. A wonderful person to work with.
Duke, I can't work like this.
What? I'm having difficulty hearing you. Bring me that trunk. No, not that one. The other. The other! My sincerest apologies, Mr. Watkins. The band is packing up, getting ready for...
Another show?
Yes, we are engaged to play the Civic Opera House in a couple of days.
The Civic Opera House in Chicago?
Don't pack that just yet.
Mr. Ellington, we cannot work like this. Mr. Latouche is so frustrated, he's ready to walk out. We cannot do a Broadway show without the composer present. I don't know, Duke. I don't think this is going to work.
Oh, Perry, come on now. This is no time for histrionics. I'll tell you what. I'll leave you Strayhorn.
October 1946, 2 years before Aaron leaves for Paris.
Sure, Strayhorn.
Yes, Aaron?
It's Tuesday.
Oh.
It's Tuesday, and my eyes are closed.
Are they?
Oh, yes. My eyes are closed, and I am looking at a book of matches. And there are two pretentious persons sitting at the table with their noses out.
Oh, God.
There's a tablecloth, and on that tablecloth reads 3 little words I just love to hear.
3 little words.
Those 3 little words read... Cafe Society Uptown.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I'm seeing something else. I see a woman.
Oh?
And she has a white gardenia in her hair. One arm floating next to her rib. And she's just singing her heart out. Well, I think that's Billie Holiday up there.
I can't make it tonight, Aaron. Go without me? Give the lady my regards.
Sure.
Mr. George Abbott.
The director?
Yes, he's requested 3 new songs by tomorrow.
Billy, I've been counting. Last time you were at 17. With these 3, you will be at 20 new songs for the production.
Isn't it wonderful?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you've been bitten by the theater bug.
You think so?
I know so. You've been working so hard. But it's going to open so many doors for you.
I just want it to be a success. Careful. I've been bitten by the bug. I don't want you to become infected.
Mon plaisir, mon ami. Bite.
Present day.
Andre, come and eat. Andre.
Oh, so we're sitting down for dinner now.
Well, I figured we'd try something different. I cooked dinner.
Okay.
Andre, sit down. It's nice to have the family under one roof. Zara cooked one of those African dishes.
Mom, it's roti from Suriname.
That's what I said.
No, Mom, I told you 1,000 times. Suriname is a country in South America.
Well, you knew what I meant. This is kind of good. You learned all that on that mission trip last year.
Yes, the food is fabulous. The people are beautiful. The culture is nothing like I've seen before. I wish I was there.
I bet you do.
Go ahead, Dre. Try it.
I'm good.
Come on, Dre. Don't be scared.
Yeah, it's not too bad, Andre. A little spicy.
Oh, I was a little heavy on the spices. That's how Tante Irene taught me.
Tante Irene?
Yes, Tante means auntie.
Oh.
Oh, so she's your auntie now?
No. Afro-Surinamese people value community. Everyone is like family.
Oh, like family? Oh, really?
Andre, why don't you eat before your food gets cold?
Is family something you value, Zara?
Of course. I've always valued family.
Okay.
I only wanted y'all to try something different, switch things up around here a little.
You always do.
Andre, you take that back.
You know what? I'm not really hungry right now. I need to practice anyway.
Andre, I know you're not about to leave like one of those white people in the movies.
Let him go, Mom.
Okay, hold. This is all lovely, but the orchestra is playing too loud. I can barely hear Alfred's voice. Trumpets, please take a look at the dynamic marking at measure 34. Mezzo piano. Right now, it sounds like a freight train. Clarinets and saxophones, can you bring out those glissandos? Da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do. I'm at measure 15, right after the verse. Crescendo into each one of these phrases. Da-do-da-do-da-do. The song is called Wrong Side of the Railroad Tracks. I want it to sound like a train. Oh, I didn't see the time. We've been rehearsing for quite a while. Why don't we break for lunch?
Everybody, head to lunch. Be back at one sharp.
Hey, sweet pea. Oh, Mercer. What a pleasant surprise.
I've been sitting in the back of the theater. Figured you might need some help. So I want to introduce you to my friend, Luther Henderson.
Wow, it is a pleasure to meet you. I've heard so many things about you.
I'm sure you have.
Luther and I went to Juilliard together. This cat is phenomenal.
He is over-exaggerating. My wife and I love your work. It would be an honor to work with you.
I'm sure you can use the help.
It's always nice to get a second set of ears on this thing. Actually, there's this section in the Beaulieu Ballet that could really use some work.
The dominant 7 sharp 11 chord at the end of the A section?
Yes.
I love it. The saxes do need to bring out the sharp 11 more.
That's exactly what I thought. Those saxophones, I'm always trying to work with them to just bring it out really
Guys,
well. Come out with it.
Yes,
fellas.
Yes, Mercer?
Just wanted to let y'all know I'm leaving. I'm heading out.
Okay.
Bye. Okay, so where were we? Yes, that section with the saxophones.
Yes, I want to make it clear. I do not wish to compete with you. Only share.
I know. Now let's get to work.
And she just walks in with an I'm home bullshit and we're supposed to be happy about it? No, it's so generic. I'm home, like some scene out of The Color Purple. Next we'll be playing patty cake and singing some big gospel number. Am I supposed to forget what happened? Just forgive her for walking out on us? I don't think so. I'm not going to let her off the hook just as easily as Mama has. I liked it better when she was gone. And the nerve. Has been back for more than 48 hours and she's already changing things.
Andre.
No, do it this way, not that. This is how they pray in Suriname. In Russia, they toast like this. Give me a break. It's so arrogant and so pretentious.
Andre, are you?
She's only gone to those places because she's running away from her responsibilities as usual. And who is left behind to clean up the mess? As usual. Huh?
What is this all about?
And have I heard a thank you? A thank you, Andre, for staying behind and helping Mama get through the worst fucking time of her life? No. A thank you for consoling Mama when she was depressed because you didn't call like you said you would? No. Or how about a thank you for being the only child to show up to her father's funeral? I'm only putting up with this because of Mom.
Andre.
What?
Not so hard. My trousers riding so far up my behind.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charles.
Just be grateful she's back in your life. Have you heard anything from the competition?
No, not till next week.
You haven't mentioned it at all.
Yeah, well, I've been a little preoccupied.
Okay.
And so Beggar's Holiday opened at the Broadway Theater December 26, 1946. However, it closed only after 3 months. Interestingly enough, the critics praised the music. The most interesting musical since Porgy and Bess. Mr. Ellington has been dashing off songs with remarkable virtuosity. Ellington is masterly.
It was a gorgeous play. Great people in it. The party after opening night was fantastic.
Absolutely astounding, Mr. Ellington. All 3.5 hours of it. Where do you get all of those brilliant ideas?
From anywhere, everywhere. The muse is voracious. She has quite the appetite. Music is my mistress, and she plays second fiddle to no one.
20 songs, Buddha. You wrote over 20 songs for this production, and the credit in the program reads, orchestrations under the personal supervision of Billy Strayhorn.
I know, Aaron. I'm trying not to think about it right now.
I know you're feeling it too, Luther.
I'm just happy Billy and I got to work together. Our time is gonna come. Come on, let's get out of here.
Buddha, whether he gets all the praise or not, you still wrote a lot of that music. Stay a while.
Yeah, Billy, it's a party. It's a celebration.
Not for me, it isn't. Let's go.
This episode of Daydream was brought to you by the Humanity Artists Collective and the DC Commission on Arts and Humanities. It was directed by Catherine Bentley, music directed by Reggie Thomas, stage managed by Anthony Powell, and written by Barry Moten. It featured the following performances in order of appearance: Tony Ginther as Hal Cooper, Ulrich Davis as Billy Strayhorn, Morgan Duncan as Duke Ellington, Edwin Brown III as Aaron Bridgers and Perry Watkins, Mardra Thomas as Alice Moore, Olivia Neal as Zara Moore, Barry Moten as Andre Moore, Sharena Turnage as the stage manager and music critic, Anthony Powell as Luther Henderson, Jason Little as Mercer Ellington, Carl Ackers II as Mr. Charles. This has been your narrator, Penny Moten. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Daydream. Be sure to listen to next week's episode, and remember, we do love you madly.
Well, hello there, Mardra Thomas, the Mardra Thomas.
The one and only, thank God.
The one and only. So I am sitting with Mardra Thomas, who we go way back.
Yeah.
She is such a beautiful spirit, a mentor, a friend, a confidant, just all of the above, and an amazing actress and singer. I mean, truly amazing. She plays a couple of roles in Daydream. She plays Alice, and you also play the jazz singer. And then you make another appearance.
Yes,
as another person.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Okay, won't he won't. So it's actually just such a pleasure to be sitting here and talking with you. So first I wanted to ask you, what started you in the arts? Can you take us back to what began?
You know, I really think it's something that is inside of you when you're born. I say that for myself. Mm-hmm. Even though I didn't start acting and singing until I was an adult, it's something that was always deep inside of me.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a little girl, like maybe 6, we lived in Lawton, Oklahoma, and I remember being out back in the laundry room performing before my Chihuahua.
What?
Nobody else would listen, okay?
Hey, okay. So I know that jazz and your jazz singing is also really connected to your theater side and your acting side. When did you really start to act and begin to do all of that?
I started to act professionally in the late 80s. I was connected at SIU.
Oh, yeah.
SIU Edwardsville. And there was, it was when Dizzy Gillespie was going to have his, I believe, 70th birthday. And they needed a group to perform for that. And so I was connected with a few musicians there. I just started singing, and we did the opening reception for Dizzy Gillespie. And while I was doing that, a woman that was there, and you know her, Johnetta Haley.
Oh, yeah.
Told a director about me. He was doing a show called the Cotton Club Review. And she said, you should consider, Mardra. And so I had never did any professional acting, really hadn't done any acting at all. And I was so green that when this glorious director called me and asked me about, doing some songs and stuff, I said, well, I don't know. It sounds like really nice. Why don't you come over and I'll fix you coffee. We'll have coffee and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Clueless, I didn't know that people were waiting in line to audition for a part. Clueless, okay? So he came over. He was lovely. And I thought I was doing a few songs. It ended up I was doing a whole lot of that show. And it was just one of the best things that ever happened in my life, because I absolutely love the stage. I love it. I really do. So it gave me an opportunity to evolve.
Doing that. So when did you start doing Billie Holiday?
I started performing Billie Holiday the first song that I sang professionally, I guess that was in 89, was God Bless the Child. Because I loved the song, I knew it, and my sisters went to a jazz club in Glen Carbon, and they said, you should come out and listen. I'll listen. I don't know how, some kind of way I ended up on stage.
On stage.
And that's the song that I performed, the very first one.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And then when I was doing the Cotton Club, that's where I met Reggie Thomas.
I was just getting ready to ask, yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't technically the musical director, but you know how Professor Thomas is. He is always the musical director. And because he knows so much about music and about feel and about the time and being accurate.
Yeah.
And we kind of got off on a bad start because of that.
Really?
Yeah, because I love Billie Holiday so much. I listened to her for so many years. And my thing was, I was singing, the song was mean to me. And I would sing it the way that I heard Billie Holiday, one of the ways that she would sing it. Because she never sang things the same.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, well, that's not the actual melody. And I'm like, yeah, it is, you know. And my line is, you know, we got into that little tiff and I married him anyway.
What do you feel like you've learned from Billie Holiday and that you sort of gained from her?
What I feel that I've learned is to be honest with the material.
Ooh.
And to connect to the material, to the song.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time separating being a jazz vocalist and being an actor because they're so like this.
Intertwined, yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanted to of course, talk about Billy Strayhorn. We talk about Billy and now, you know, talk about the other Billy.
Our Billy.
Right. And I wanted to see, you know, like, what did you feel about Billy's story? Like, is there anything that has sort of resonated within you around Billy's story? And could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, when I think about his story and your work and the book that I've read about him, I see how so many times talented people, they have all of this inside of them and they don't realize how majestic they are. Mm-hmm. They don't realize, they just do this because they have to. Mm-hmm. I think he had to do everything that he was doing. He had to write Lush Life at that young age because it was a seed that was inside of him.
But let's talk about Alice and tell me, you know, your approach to Alice and how she relates to you and that whole thing.
Well, I think my approach to Alice is with love.
Yeah.
So I'm playing your mother.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, my son. And we're two people that love music and love singing, and we love each other. Mm-hmm. And so my first approach to it, you know, when we did this at the Kennedy Center, and we were actually face to face, what I felt was just love to you. Just, you know, when we're there, it's like, I'm just giving love because that's what this calls for. And it's so easy. I don't have to act because I love you.
You already know. I love you too. You already know. You already know.
And as far as Alice stepped aside and stopped singing for a while, I've not really had, since I started later in life, I was an adult when I'd started, I can't say that I've really stepped away very much. It's like something always comes up, but even if I'm not looking for something, it finds me.
Okay, so the last question I wanted to ask was, name your favorite Billy Strayhorn song and tell me why.
It's interesting. I've always thought Lush Life because I feel that it paints such a beautiful and sad picture.
It does. That's such a great description. Yeah.
So I would say Lush Life. But doing this show, you know, my Little Brown Book, I'm like, I like that.
I cannot wait for the audience to hear that because y'all eat that song alive. Okay.
It's new to me. And I don't know that Reggie did it before either. I'm not sure, but it was, you know, it's new to me. Yeah. But I really like it. I like the way it feels.
We have been sitting with the amazing Marja Thomas, and she is playing several roles within Daydream. She plays Alice, she plays the jazz singer, and it has truly been an honor and a privilege to experience it. Ooh, I was not expecting that. Start getting me emotional, but it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you. You know what I mean? And to
I love working with you.
You already know. You already know. I really love that. So let us, we will talk to y'all later, but thank you so much, Marja, for doing this. And you already know, All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.